It all began with a very young, innocent puppy who, through the cruel twist of fate, found himself alone and vulnerable in the world. Lost or perhaps abandoned, he was separated from his mother, left to fend for himself in a world that felt cold, vast, and unforgiving. The puppy's inexperience was evident as he ventured further away from the shelter of a dilapidated cardboard box that had served as his makeshift home. He had barely taken his first shaky steps on wobbly legs when he unwittingly wandered into a treacherous, thick, and viscous mud pit. It sucked him in like quicksand, and his tiny strength was no match for the mire that held him in its grim embrace. As he struggled, the young pup's whimpers of fear and desperation were drowned by the ominous silence of the swamp. His tiny body shivered with cold and terror as he looked around helplessly, his eyes wide with innocence and vulnerability. A terrible fate awaited him, a slow, hungry, and cold death in the vile, unforgiving swamp. The people happened to pass by that forsaken patch of land. They noticed the desperate puppy's eyes. One woman, in particular, could not bear to see the young pup suffering. She was not deterred by the treacherous mud that threatened to pull her down into the same predicament. With unwavering resolve, she stepped into the mire. Inch by inch, she navigated the slimy terrain, stretching out her arms, hoping that the muck would not claim her too. Finally, she reached the puppy, and with gentle hands, she lifted him from the cruel grasp of the swamp. He was covered in filth, shivering, and helpless, but he was alive. The woman cradled the muddy, trembling bundle of fur in her arms, making her way back to firmer ground. At her home, she spent hours painstakingly washing the puppy, removing the caked mud from his tiny, quivering body. The little one didn't even know how to eat yet, but the woman's nurturing instincts kicked in. She patiently taught him to eat, placing food in his mouth and giving him the nourishment he so desperately needed. Wrapped in a warm blanket and exhausted from his ordeal, the puppy gradually warmed up and calmed down. In his rescuer's gentle care, he found a new lease on life, a second chance that he might never have known.